Welcome back, everybody. Namaste Steve here, my good friends Janelle and Terry. We got another little pose tutorial for you. This one's going to be Adho Mukha Svanasana. And if you're like, Steve, what the hell are you talking about? That's downward facing dog. So I'm going to go over 3 things that I see. It can help people out, and a couple mistakes that I see happen a lot in our downward facing dog. So I'm going to have Terry get started in plank pose. Janelle's going to get started on her hands and knees. So the first thing I see with people in downward facing dog is spacing. They're too wide or they're too narrow. Know that hands and knees here and plank pose, these are blueprints actually for your downward facing dog. So it's really simple. From here, curl your toes under, inhale, then press your hips high, downward facing dog on your exhale. Okay, now we want the spine to be nice and straight here. Notice how Janelle, her back is rounded. It's like bulging out. Okay, because people, a lot of times, they'll want to press their heels to the ground. That'll happen. They have tight hamstrings and such. So what I'm going to have her do is bend her knees. And with her knees bent, this is actually going to give her upper torso more space to create some space. Yeah. So you see, as she bent her knees, she can reach her hips higher. That brings length and start to straighten out her spine. Anatomically speaking, alignment-wise, the straight spine is what you really want in this downward facing dog. Okay, so third thing, let's drop to our knees, and if we can turn please towards the camera. And we'll come into our downward facing dog once again. And the reason I'm having them face this way is their shoulders. So hips high, downward facing dog. Yeah. Okay, now Terry here. She is externally rotated in her shoulders. She's creating space in her upper shoulders and back. Now Janelle, she's the opposite. Her armpits are actually facing outward. And this is dangerous for your shoulders. Again, it might not hurt you the first time, but eventually it will. So I'm gonna have her turn her armpits back to face each other. You can say that, or think of that circling your triceps back. So that just widened her upper shoulders and back. We want chin to the chest here slightly as well. This lengthens your cervical spine and engages an energetic lock within our body. We call it Yalan Bandha. We can drop to our knees here. Thank you very much. Now, downward facing dog is the foundation of a lot of different yoga practices. So you want to do this stuff, you want to do it right. Okay, no one's half the battle, as G.I. Joe would say. I'm Namaste Steve here with my friends Janelle and Terry. Namaste.